You can stuff my crust. Hello, and welcome back to a virtual bottom of the barrel, the show where we trudge through the absolute filth that is the bottom of cinema. My name is Gabe.
I'm Katie. Hi, guys. Good impression on the world.
It's Tristin, I guess, if
Since he's not gonna say his name.
Hello, welcome to Bottom of the Barrel. My name is Tristin Baker, the host of the show, and welcome.
Okay.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
we're
my
just taking over,
show.
Gabe.
Welcome to my show only.
And look at this little cat. Whoa, I'm back.
Oh wait, I didn't even see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
Let's
The porcelain.
let's, if you will.
There we go. That's better. So I was changing the setup of everybody's heads so that I wasn't squinting into the top of the screen.
Yeah, I put it in gallery mode so I can see everybody.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, I was already there.
So today we got a movie for you guys.
We do. I do have to say a quick little thing, mainly to you two, or mainly to Gabe. I recently learned that my professors and my classmates listen to this podcast. So,
oh boy,
almost all of them. Almost all of them.
We don't have enough.
So,
hey, no, that's cap. We don't have enough listeners for that to be true. Tell them that if
I don't have that many. I don't have that many classmates. Okay, so to be fair,
are some of your classmates German?
No.
Oh, I
One's
really thought
Finnish,
we found.
though. I don't think she listens though.
Oh, damn. Of course.
Yeah. We didn't hear you at all, Gabe.
Oh, you can't hear me at all?
No, we can hear you.
No, but... it just cut out.
Oh, I'm asking if Daddy Hoffman listens to this.
And all your classmates just cried.
You have to stop. You have to stop with that because he actually listens and it's damaging him.
Does he not like it?
No, he doesn't. He almost drove off the road the first time he heard it.
Okay. Well, I don't want
like out of surprise or out of like
yes,
that's
out of like shock.
Oh, okay.
Shock and surprise.
He heard it and said, "I can't."
His final go about was hearing Daddy Hoffman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna blur my background, but I like having this fucking Paw Wars picture back here. Which actually, the story to this, I got this in the book fair in elementary school, but I actually lost the original when I moved, and someone bought me this again, and now it's here for every Zoom job interview I have.
Wow,
I like it.
I'm so bad at looking at the camera.
My Garfield phone and my Legos in the background and Optimus Prime there.
I got my 21 Pilots flag in the background.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, all of our backgrounds are kind of make us out to be the worst version of ourselves. Like this is kind of the worst thing.
This is the best lighting I can get in my room right now, so we're rocking with it.
Yeah, mine can get a little better.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Angelic.
No, my professor is having a colonoscopy on spring break, so I don't want him to flatline on the table while listening to this or something.
Father Hoffman, no.
Father Hoffman.
Father Hoffman's a bit better than
ask him if he likes that one. Oh, I can ask him. Father Hoffman, do you appreciate the phrasing Father Hoffman, or would you prefer us to revert to?
There's a lore around this professor because in a previous semester there was a project done that like it was like a fake studio show. It was like a fake like pregnancy or not pregnancy, like DNA reveal that Hoffman was the father of one of my classmates, Garrison. And so now there's this lore that Hoffman is Garrison's father. So he is Father Hoffman.
Your teacher's your dad?
Who needs Fleabag when you have Father Hoffman?
What?
Fleabag, like the father in Fleabag.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a TV show. It's very good.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's fine. Nothing for feedback.
Okay. Let's move on to a shitty movie that I really wish I hadn't watched.
We got CarousHELL for you guys today.
We got some brony porn in here.
Porn. If you're sensitive to brony porn, don't watch this movie.
I just kind of lost you for less than 5 seconds. And I caught back up and I heard so many words that I'm like,
I was wondering why
what?
it took you so long to catch up with us.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, I've heard the words brony porn a lot in my life, but in this context, I had to connect.
We might want to talk about.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Why would we do that?
Therapist.
Let's unpack that.
I played like Call of Duty with people who were like really into bronies when I was 13. That's not weird. That's everyone had that experience.
Probably time to bring up our sponsor, BetterHelp.com.
It's not true. We are not sponsored by BetterHelp because if we were, I would be getting help.
Oh, I guess I should be looking up some stuff about. I should have looked up, some stuff ready for CarousHELL.
I got some history on the director at least.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll pull up my stuff.
Okay. This movie is directed by Steve Rudzinski.
He has a weird last name. Steve Rudzinski. Is that the pizza guy? Did he act in it?
No, yes. He is.
He did?
Yeah, he's the pizza guy. He's Joe.
No wonder he is the most dedicated actor in that entire movie.
Yeah, if you're acting in your own picture, then yeah, give it your all.
His performance was the only one I was impressed by. I was actually thoroughly entertained by the pizza guy.
Yeah, he's genuinely pretty entertaining. Like, get into it later, but he's pretty good. Do you want to?
Whoa, this has a actually really high audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
It does. The sequel has a higher one, at least on IMDb.
Yeah.
Have we said the movie name?
Yes, CarousHELL.
What is that? Oh, CarousHELL.
CarousHELL.
Okay. Yeah, that took me too long. Okay. Yeah, that's fucked up.
You want to hear this guy's history as a director?
Yeah, go for it.
Kind of.
He has directed Depression the movie, a Meowie Christmas, a Meowie Halloween, a Meowie St. Patrick's Day, a Meowie Christmas Vacation, a Meowie Dark Timeline, Amityville Christmas Vacation, in which all of these films he plays a character named Wally Griswold.
This is the Wally Griswold like cinematic universe.
And if you're not familiar with the Vacation franchise, the main character's name is Clark Griswold, and they go to a place in the vacation called Wally World.
This is his son,
apparently. But that's a little short to what mostly he has done. It's a wild career. We'll have to say.
Sorry, Jazzy decided to join us.
Hi, Jazzy. She's so focused on that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Jazzy, what do you think of yours? Oh, okay.
She's gone. Sorry.
She's gone from bottom barrel.
Okay. Let's see about this film. I gotta. Do you have IMDb Pro?
Mm-hmm.
Can you look up the production stuff on this, because it's just not pulling. I can't pull it up.
I sure will.
Thank you.
IMDb Pro app.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. Because I'm fancy like that, because I'm a professional.
All right. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this starting out. I was bored through most of it. I really hated the characters in this movie. I really did.
No.
The pizza guy was the only guy I kind of got entertainment out of.
Oh, I loved Cowboy Cool.
This is one of those movies where it's just so stupid that it actually ends up being kind of good.
Yeah. It's also only 70 minutes long. So
yeah.
Really short.
But it felt like an eternity.
Also felt like I think you said this texted me about this earlier that it kind of feels like a Llamageddon ripoff.
It
Like,
feels very much Llamageddon. I don't
like
know about a
It's a
ripoff, but it
ripoff of
there's quite,
Llamageddon.
no, there is quite literally a shot in this movie that is directly from Llamageddon, which came out a year previously. Let me remind it.
oh really? I didn't clock that. Which scene is it?
Llamageddon's 2015. This is 2016. So the shot that I'm referring to is the shot in Llamageddon where the llama is a POV of the llama and he's punching the woman on the ground with the hoof.
Yeah, with
There's
yeah
that
the hooves with the carousel
there's
horse. Yeah,
that scene in this movie that rips that off. So I just want to point that out. You have Howie.
I didn't know if that was just like that was like the only way they could portray that, and it was just an uncreative uncreative solution in both situations, but it was a shot for shot in that scene.
I'm
At
not.
least the actor in Lamageddon was more uh, believable than Carousel.
There's no. There's like no kind of production information on this, at least from
That
IMDb.
makes sense. Let me just make a quick Google.
Google it. But yeah, this film tells the story of a carousel horse or a unicorn. I'm sorry, that uh, is filled with like a spirit of a mass murderer or something, and he goes on a killing spree trying to find this child who like abused him. Our main character named Larry and his sister Lori.
Okay.
Larry apparently like went on I don't think the horse has a name. I think it's just many.
Duke.
Oh, Duke. I'm sorry.
His name's Duke.
Duke.
It's only said like once or twice in the beginning and then at the very end.
Okay. Yeah, because the opening is a narration, and which we think is just some man because we open like
I thought it was like a disgruntled employee or something because that's kind of how it was set up.
yeah, that's how the shot's set up, and then we cut to like an interview shot of this horse of this unicorn because like it's just up in his face and it's just the narration. Um, so Duke is tired of all the kids like riding him and abusing him by putting their snot and stuff on him, and so he goes on this. And Larry, our I would say main character, but he's really not in it that often.
What?
Yeah, he's like not real.
Oh,
We get to the house, which is a majority of the movie. He's not in it until towards the end, but Larry is what sets Duke off to go on.
I have a bit more information on the director if you want.
Sure.
I think this is a student film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, about Steve. He wanted to be a director ever since he saw Army of Darkness at the age of 12.
There is an evil.
And he's what?
There is an Evil Dead lunchbox in this movie.
I was gonna say the only thing I liked about Larry is he had a sick lunchbox collection.
His lunchbox selection was dope as hell.
Mm-hmm. That was the only good thing about that kid.
Yeah, and he was
Um,
shirt. Let's point out. I'm pretty sure our director here is obsessed with cats.
yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't know why you'd think that.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't either.
About the director, he started making short films in high school. Um, and in 2011 started his true career with the release of the Slasher Hunter. Um, since then he's directed a film on average every year.
All
With
the
CarousHELL being his most well-known and most loved work.
loved because all the Meowie ones came out like within a year of each other.
Um, he's also acted in several other features as well as being Spider-Man for Marvel live appearance.
Interesting. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I just was trying to figure out if it was a student film, and I guess it's not actually a student film, but
Student-ish kind
oh,
of. Maybe he's in college when he
yeah.
made it.
Yeah, it might have been a college thing.
Yeah.
But should we get into it? I guess you kind of started getting into it before I.
I kind of just described the first like couple minutes.
Yeah.
A narration of Duke talking about how all
Yeah.
these kids are like abusing him. They come to the amusement park and he just is underappreciated, I guess, even though he's a horse.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, as we are reminded throughout this entire film, he's not a horse, he's a unicorn.
yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm using the wrong terminology. He's a
Yeah.
unicorn.
We're thoroughly reminded at least 27 times that he is a unicorn.
Yeah. We cut to it after this narration, after he explains kind of his reasoning for killing people. We cut to the title of the movie over some flames, like the sick ass title that goes on for way too long.
That was my biggest problem with a lot of these scenes is they went on for so long. I
Yeah.
was like, you could have gotten rid of that completely and it'd been much more of an effective film.
The scene where they're talking about the phone towards the end goes on for like
Yeah.
that conversation should have been like 2 lines.
There was one that I wrote down. Whenever he is stabbing the clown in the neck, that went on for too long.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm sure it'll come up later, but um just a lot of scenes went on for way too long.
Yeah.
It was really annoying.
We cut to this mom and 2 kids. This mom who we never see again after this scene.
No.
And we meet Larry and Lori. Phenomenal taste in names.
Really good character naming here.
Right. Yeah. And this daughter looks 30. She looks
Literally, I
about,
thought the mom and the daughter were like sisters. They look almost identical in age.
yeah. And then she's like, you know, the mom's telling the sister that she has to babysit Larry. And she's like, I have this totes sweet party tonight that I have to go to. And we got to get it out of the way. This daughter talks in hashtags, quite literally.
Yeah.
And
Here's the thing though. She doesn't start until like halfway through
yeah.
the movie until towards the end. It happens so suddenly. I'm like, why are you doing this just now?
Yeah.
But you weren't doing it before.
It's weird. It's like she just picks it up later.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Another thing that I want to mention is that this scene I wrote down specifically the most annoying tropes for characters I've ever seen.
yeah.
Like older daughter that's obsessed with her phone, that has like a social media presence and lives for her followers. Um, single mom. Well, I guess later it turns out she's not really single. The dad's just gone, which I guess she is single. Dad just disappeared. And the son is just a disgusting young kid, eats a bunch of gross food. And he's just a really shitty, bratty kid.
Yeah. So yeah, the daughter looks the same age as the mother, and she talked like a freaking caricature.
Yeah.
And turns out like she follows her mom to her mom's bedroom to she gets changed. We find out the mom is a stripper, and they have put new laws in place to help prevent bloodborne pathogens or something like that, as the mom describes.
Huh? I did not pick that up.
There's because she's talking about like going to work because it's a bachelor party, and they're like, yeah, we have to wear like this certain kind of protection to prevent bloodborne pathogens or whatever. I don't really know. It's not explained because the mom just leaves and never comes back.
Okay.
We hear Larry yell, he's like, stop wearing that around the house. His mom. And I'm like, she's putting it on your table and the food, which looks like he's just eating a full blown fucking steak. Sure what he's
I mean,
eating.
it was a pile of pancakes, but basically,
Yeah. And this whole
basically a steak. Yeah.
this kid, bless his heart, not very good. He keeps looking off camera, I assume to the director to see if he's doing good. Because you can see his eyes like dart and he like moves.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hated this kid through the entire movie. And by the end I was like, shouldn't he just why is he the only one that why is he the only one that lives? I feel like he should have died.
Yeah, well, also
first.
this unicorn like keeps calling him fat. Like
Yeah.
this
He's
fat.
not.
First of all, he's not fat at all.
He's not.
And also it's very like like it just calling this kid fat throughout the whole movie is just I don't know, very negative.
Yeah.
It looks like in the background of the scene that there are Transformers on the shelf, which I was like, hell yeah. Uh, we see the Lunchbox collection, and his sister keeps calling him Lunchbox. Like an Evil Dead Lunchbox. There's a couple other ones. It's pretty cool. To the sister and the brother going to like the amusement park, and
I also want to cut in. I want to cut in here. Awful fade to black cuts through all of this. Awful.
they're pretty atrocious.
Terrible audio, terrible shots. Just I couldn't stand most of it. Just like the technical side of it, I couldn't stand most of this movie.
The audio is not as bad as some of the other ones we've seen, though.
It's not as bad as some of the others. It's not.
It's not
Especially like we were talking before. What?
Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter, I think, was the worst because it was entire dub.
Yes.
Like the entire movie was dubbed.
And the special effect, we talked about this before. The special effects was not terrible either. I was kind of impressed with a portion of it.
Generally was like there are some of them where it's pretty cheesy, where it's like okay. But one in particular, there's a shot where the horse like knocks off this like stone guy's head, and it cuts from like here, and but his top of his head hangs off from the back of his neck. It's pretty cool.
It's like it separated his entire jaw structure and
the bottom
spinal cord and just flipped it backwards.
It's pretty dope.
It was pretty sick. I mean, you can obviously tell it was like a silicone latex head, and a lot of them were mannequins, but it was still a pretty decent effect.
I think the best one is either that or the end. Spoilers, I guess, if you want to see this movie. The end where the sister's like getting burned.
That was pretty cool.
I like because I mean, you can because the lighting kind of hid a lot of the artificiality of it. I don't even know, but
fakeness.
The fakeness of it, where like the sister, like her entire skin like shrinks in, actively, and that's pretty cool. It's all practical, so it looks kind of neat. So at least they put some into it, which I appreciate.
Yeah, wasn't the worst practical effects I've ever seen.
No, the better than Llama
is better than a paper mache baby from 12 Speaking of which, we have watched that movie and we're eventually going to do a episode on that.
Yeah, we started an episode and then the Final Cut crashed, and we're like, fuck it, we're not doing this.
Yeah, I think it might be cursed, honestly.
Might be. The kid like looks at Duke, and he's like, "Oh, only the gay ones left." And
I didn't know if he said the gay one. I thought he said the ugly one.
He says gay one.
Oh, okay.
We're getting full blown homophobic here.
Great. Cool.
Yeah, as if that's the worst of our worries for this film. I cut to Lori and I don't know this guy's name. Her boyfriend's name. Oh, Scott. Is that his name?
Oh, I don't know.
Hang on, continue. I gotta grab something. I'm listening.
Okay. I don't know if we ever hear his name, except it is Scott because she references him later on at the party. It is Scott. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say we were introduced to him, and after Larry rides on the carousel, they decide to do it in the front seat of Lori's car with Larry in the back seat, or at least try to do it.
Yeah, they're like
pretty heavily making out, and Scott's just like, I gotta go back to my shift, man. I only got 15 minutes.
Also, this is a long ass shift. He's like there the entire day.
Yeah.
It's like they get to the house and it's nighttime and he's still there apparently.
Even though it was like a 3 hour, she said it was like he had 3 hours left on his shift.
Yeah. He
But
says
still.
he does that in the house later.
Hmm.
Like now he has 3 hours left. It's like
Yeah.
it's here all day.
But back to the carousel, Larry is kind of just being a shitty little kid, and he's just picking his nose and like wiping it on the horse's face and snotting on it and everything, kicking and everything, just being kind of shitty. And then after we had the scene with Lori in the car, we get like an existential monologue from Duke, the whole
The
little
Bojack.
unicorn. He just decides he's like, I'm gonna break free from this carousel and kill. He literally says, this is what I was meant to do. I'm gonna kill that fat fuck.
Yeah. And he goes, he like the beginning of his monologue goes, "Why am I alive?"
Literally.
The hell?
So yeah, he like breaks free from his carousel prison and he floats to this
Floats.
and like yeah, it's like he just it's like a picture of him and he floats across the screen.
He just hovers.
He just hover, yeah. And this is the only time he does this.
Hmm. It never comes back.
Because I assume it's the only like somewhat 2D shot in it. So like they were able to kind of move him.
Hmm.
Bad though.
And I also want to add, this is just me being like picky and a asshole, but he decides just now because of one kid to break free from the carousel
Yeah.
when he could have done it any other time before. Like
Yeah.
he had this ability to break free any other time,
Well,
but he
like
chose no.
have to have the rising action of the movie.
It's still there's like nothing special about this kid.
Yeah.
Nothing special about the situation. I don't know. My
Teeth right now.
Hmm?
Just notice, are you brushing your fucking teeth?
I haven't brushed my teeth for like a minute. What do you mean?
I just look over and Tristan's like, oh,
just deep throating
Ball?
his toothbrush.
Ball?
deep balls.
Balls?
Hang on, I got toothpaste in my mouth.
Oh, gee.
Swallow.
Spitters are
Don't swallow. Spit it out. Sorry, instinct kicks back in.
What do you mean? Wait, instinct. Sorry. I was a little slow to everything that just happened.
Never mind. It was a stupid joke.
Continue.
While Tristan brushes his goddamn teeth.
I'm listening.
We know you're listening. It's just we can see you now. So
Why are you brushing
Oh,
your teeth?
I forgot you see me now.
don't talk with your mouth full, sir.
Sorry.
We
Okay. Well, you've got your mouth full. We'll take over.
speaking of a mouthful, the horse kills this drunk clown with his like little unicorn horn. Like stabs him in the neck. Yeah, okay effect. Oh, Tristan's gone again.
It's a fine effect. It's just so fucking long.
Yeah, it takes forever. He's like, how about
Yeah.
he's the clown's looking at him, he's like, you're just a ride. Duke says, how about a ride to hell? And then stabs him.
Okay, I have to say, there's a pretty good joke that comes up later after he's killed this other couple.
Pretty good,
He's like,
but all right.
What?
I would pretty good's a stretch, but yeah, go ahead.
It's not a good joke. It was just very self-aware, and I found it funny.
Yeah.
Where he's killed at least a handful of people now, and he keeps making that in hell joke after every sentence. And what does he say? He has a self-aware moment and says, "I really need to come up with a better line. I've used the same one line 3 times in the last half hour." I was like, yes, we were all getting sick of it. Thank you for realizing that.
At least,
I don't
yeah,
know. It was a self-aware moment. I just thought it was funny.
yeah. It's very Thanksgiving-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Line delivery. Yeah, we're introduced to Cowboy Cool. I kept calling him Woody because I forgot his name.
Mhm.
But he's just a man in a cowboy mascot suit, and he never takes
Yeah.
it. And like his eyes
No.
hold like it's coming from inside the mask. It's pretty funny.
Mhm. Oh, the Duke kills another person. I don't know if this was Scott or somebody else, but now the horse can wield a machete? Question mark.
When that happened,
It
What the hell?
happened right after he killed the clown. He killed somebody else, and he just kills him with a machete?
oh, I probably
Question mark.
missed that.
You missed a horse killing somebody with a machete?
Apparently,
That's crazy.
Was that? Did he kill Scott with an axe? Or did he? I think no. He killed Scott with the machete. That was Scott.
I completely wild. Okay,
Yeah, he can just wield machetes now. Question mark. I don't know.
he can also wield ninja stars. Uh,
And an archery and a bow and arrow.
he's a professional archer.
Yes.
Um, yeah, he kills the couple like on a blanket. They're like, there's this couple that's like on a blanket outside, and they're just enjoying something. And he's like, "Can I
Just
have
a picnic.
And she's like, yes, of course. And he's like, is that a carousel horse? And she gets excited. She's like, you got me a carousel horse? And she's like, and he's like, yeah,
Mm.
of course. He goes over to the Duke, and Duke's like, you get your hands off me. And then Clark's like, we need to go. And then just like starts walking towards her, and then he gets ninja stars thrown at him.
Mm-hmm.
We get like techno music for this little chase scene.
Okay, I have to bitch about something else real fast. I know I'm running out of cards, but I need to bitch about something real fast.
Fine.
The music, the music in this movie it pissed me off so much because it's not like it's laid over very nicely where you can hear the natural audio and voices under it or over it. It's just blanketing the entire scene where
Yeah.
you can't hear anything else but the audio, and it's very overwhelming and very annoying, and it happens in several scenes, and it really pissed me off, and I'm sorry, I had to bitch about it, but
Fine, it's bad. We get the the kill, which if you haven't seen our short film called Lost in the Woods, there's a
that's the only thing I could think of when I saw this scene.
hell yeah. There's the so she like gets up against a tree, and the horse like wraps a wire around her neck and pulls it, which is the kill that Tristin performed in Lost in the Woods.
I got my head snapped off. Wait, who was I playing?
You were the one killing.
Oh, I did the killing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sick.
Yeah, but it was a cool little moment where I was like, "Hey, we did the same
It
thing."
was a cool reference that they like kind of did for us.
It reference to us
a
the
Yeah,
yearbook.
a perk to the movie, some of the prosthetics were really good.
Yeah, this scene in particular is pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, that's slit neck prosthetic looked really good. I was actually very impressed with
Yeah,
that stuff.
the special effects in here were, I would say, pretty decent for like a low budget kind of.
Above average for what we've reviewed.
Yes. So yeah, he kills her, and then yeah, this is where he's like, "Man, I gotta come up with better stuff to say." Um, and so we cut to like Lori and Larry coming up to this house, and Sarah opens the door, and she's like, "Hey, how you doing, you little cult?" And he's like, "I don't want to be here." She's like, "We have cake." And he's like, "Fuck yeah!" And then runs into the house. Um, and then we get introduced to Preston, who's the host of this show or the party.
He's such a dumbass.
Yeah, he's had these, like necklace, like the cheap Party City like necklace beads or bead necklaces around this thing. He's like, I'm handing these out to get some titties. So he's just trying to like get people to flash. And uh Lori is very like grossed out. And we get a character that walks up, and he's like, "What's up, sugar tits?" Which I looked up in IMDb. That is her literal character name.
Mhm.
Is sugar tits.
And then she just full flashes her titties.
Yeah, just flashes them. He's
We
like,
get full titties.
that will not be the end of our titty saying in this movie.
Movie's not that bad.
No, we'll see at least a handful more titties
And we're
by the
15
end.
minutes in, and we're getting our first pair of titties.
How many minutes in?
15. Yeah.
Oh boy, we're in for a show.
Guys, you better hold on to your.
You're gonna want to see this.
It's good. You're gonna want to stick around for what we have planned. We can introduce.
At the end of this episode, I'll be showing my titties.
Our titties. End of this episode. So, we get introduced to this like French couple who we later find out are siblings, who are also a couple.
And they're also Canadian.
Also, yeah,
on top of being French. So
this won't be the last time we talk about Canadians today.
Are they from Canada? And they're from Quebec, so I assume.
Yeah, they're from Quebec.
But they're not from
French. Oh no, they fled. No, they fled. They said they fled Canada because their father was a criminal.
Oh, okay. But they're French because they live.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought they were French. Okay. And so Sarah's like,
they're probably French. They're just probably French Canadians.
Yeah. And so Sarah's talking to them, and she's like, I'm trying to impress you guys. I got French dip, French bread, French fries, and this French wine. And they're like, fucking Americans. And then we get I know that French accent.
Was that a French accent? Fucking Americans.
Fucking Americans.
That was the bad guy from like an old world, like an old movie from like.
There goes our French audience.
Oh no, none of them.
So they the French people start throwing out all these snacks that Sarah made, to which we see the nastiest charcuterie board I've ever seen.
It's sliced cheese, like Kraft singles,
with some of the is it the Keebler crackers, butter crackers or whatever?
I thought they were like Ritz crackers, but I don't know.
Yeah, so some kind of crackers, but the main thing was the Kraft singles. It was disgusting. She's like, "You guys want ratatouille?" And they're like, "Yes, this is a very very classic dish." And she's like, "It's my favorite movie." They just walk off. Sarah goes up to Preston. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was gonna say, I just don't understand the purpose of a lot of these characters. Like,
No.
what was the point of that couple?
I mean, they're still there. I mean, they get killed later, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. They don't really serve a purpose besides to kill later.
Yeah. Sarah walks up to Preston, who they're a couple. Preston and Sarah are. She's like, "How many boobs have you seen tonight?" He's like, 7. She's like, 7? How'd you get that number? We get a super serious moment all of a sudden. He's like, I would think Lisa, who just survived breast cancer, isn't at all concerned by that number. We're like, oh, all right.
To be fair, was my first question. I went to say 7, but
yeah. And then we're like, oh, okay. We find out that they met at Unicon, and they're both into ponies or unicorn. Sorry.
Yeah, you're really losing our brony audience.
Yeah, all of our brony audience was like, oh, all right, fuck this shit. Yeah. And then everyone makes fun of them, or fun of Preston for liking unicorns. And what's your favorite episode? Season 2, episode 6, where they all came together at the end. It was so magical. I'm like, that's so detailed. Thank you for letting us know. And Lori's like, I want to cheap this, which I don't know if that means tweet this, and they couldn't say that or what, but
keep this.
Yeah, keep this. She's on her phone the whole time. She's always hashtag this, hashtag that. It's quite annoying.
Oh, I can't wait till that one dies.
We cut to Woody, or Cowboy Cool, going to where Clark died. He gives some monologue on how the unicorn needs to die. then we cut away from that. And I don't think he shows back up till the end of the movie. So this is where we get to the unicorn walking up to the house where everyone's at in this
Oh wait, hang on. We gotta introduce the pizza guy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We have to introduce the pizza guy. Guy comes up, and I literally wrote down this pizza guy is the most dedicated actor in the entire movie. Laurie is like
Oh, okay.
obviously hitting on this guy, and the only reason the pizza guy stays is because he's still missing like the $40-something that is owed for the pizza.
When we say hitting on him, we got some pizza related puns here that we'll get into.
Did you write them down?
I did write them down, and
yeah,
we'll get into them because goddamn. This is where we get the really cool effect of the stoned guy walking up to the horse and he just knocks his head off. Pretty dope effect. Cheesy, but I still liked it. Hi, Jesse. Wow, she looked away from me.
She's not about it.
why is she talking to me?
I also wrote down that.
Sorry.
I wrote down the only character of color is named Foxy Brown.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's ass.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Laurie's on the phone and the pizza guy walks in. She like is giving him the eye or whatever, and she posts hashtag gonna hit on the pizza guy, and she goes over to him. And this is where we get the first of many pizza related hit.
Can I try and guess the second half of the pun?
Sure.
Like, give me the first half.
I don't really know if that's how they're structured.
Oh, okay. It's okay then.
Yeah, she's like, "Hey, hot guy," and she's like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm just your friendly neighborhood pizza guy. What kind of toppings do you have? Do you have sausage?" And he's like, "No one ordered the sausage." It was very much like where the clip where she's like, "What are you doing at the beach?" This isn't a beach, it's a bathtub. Thank you for the description of that clip. Wow, I'm just doing all the talking here. Okay, so we do.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what
the clip is.
Sorry,
No.
I'm just letting you take it for a minute.
Like it's like a clip from a porn video, and like she like what?
I know the one you're talking. I know the one you're talking about. I just don't think it's that funny.
I don't. I've never seen porn before.
Okay. Anyway, so she's like, he's like, "No one ordered the sausage pizza." She's like, "No, your penis." And he goes, "Did somebody put my penis on a pizza?" And he's like, "Never mind. A penis pizza would never pass FDA regulations."
He's right.
And
I don't know if the FDA would. Yeah, I mean,
it wouldn't pass regulations apparently.
yeah.
She's like, "Do you work out?" He's like, "I work my butt off delivering pizzas." Yeah, and Sarah comes up. She's like, "We're gonna play Never Have I Ever," which apparently Joe has never heard of.
Never have I ever heard of Never Have I Ever.
Right, and not Sarah. Lori is like to Joe. She's like, "After we play, you can stuff my crust."
I thought these would be more fun.
Oh yeah, no, they're.
I got excited.
There's more. I mean,
also, I just looked up what this porn stuff is, and I'm not a fan.
You looked up porn while on bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I needed to do research.
Fair enough, I guess. Katie, do you have any interjections or anything?
I was taking a video of Jazzy. Sorry. No, because I honestly didn't write much down in this scene. I was kind of just
taking it in.
Done with it. I was kind of done with it. I don't know. I'm not a fan of puns, which is why Hoffman and I don't get along. So
Make puns.
Father Hoffman? But we
Um,
should do puns for him now.
No, but that's what he does. Is he makes puns. So he would love this movie. I was done with it. So I
Yeah.
didn't write much down.
We get to the never have I ever seen, and then they start like starting, and then
I do have a lot to say about this scene.
go ahead.
It was pointless. This entire was that funny to you?
She said, "I have a lot to say about this. It was pointless." Go on.
It was so stupid. It started and I literally was kept going back to Lamageddon, like the card scene in Lamageddon.
Oh yeah.
I was like, this is completely useless. This adds nothing to the movie. It's just you're just filling time.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand it. I gained absolutely nothing from the scene.
Here, which is I guess the French brother, says, "Never have I ever killed a man in cold blood." And this character who we never see again is like in the corner, and he goes, like, never.
It's a good bit.
It's,
That's a pretty good bit.
it was pretty good. I thought it was funny. And then the other one guy is like, "Never have I ever fucked my own sibling." And the French couple put their hands down, put their finger down.
It's rough.
And then
Not a bit.
hashtag Wincest. And we're like, oh boy.
No. Hashtag Lcest. It is not a win.
Yeah. And then it's Lori's turn. And she's like, never have I ever let a pizza guy fuck me in the ass on the first night. And we're like, okay. Oh. Our free meeting ends in 10 minutes.
Oh boy.
We got 8 more minutes.
Yeah.
Spit all over my computer.
Yeah, I mean, we can keep going.
I can go for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I wrote down half of the shit in this movie is so unnecessary. It didn't do anything.
Lori's still hitting on Joe. She's like, "So Joe, what brings you to the party?" He's like, "I'm just delivering pizzas and collecting money." And Sarah kind of walks up to him, I think, and she goes, "Later, I'm gonna let him hand toss my tits and bone my calzone." And we're like,
Okay, these aren't even puns.
boy.
No.
She's just saying like, I'm gonna let you fuck me, but I'm gonna do it pizza themed.
She does that. So unsanitary. There's a lot of good bits from like Joe in this one.
Yeah.
Sounds like the star.
Joe is the only good actor in this movie.
Kind of sounds like me in Cast Party.
Wow. Okay.
Kidding, I just wanted to say something fucked up. I'm sorry. The pizza lady got to me, and it just I don't know.
Damn. Actually,
No, there's two good actors in that movie.
yeah, there's a 1.5. So
Who's half a person?
meme.
Oh.
Like the horse or the unicorn, I'm sorry. Duke gets to the house and kills these two people that are like standing out in the back or like in front of the house or something. He like pulls out their intestines.
That was the only. I might be wrong. I don't know if it was such a short scene that I don't know if I processed it completely.
It was short.
Was that the only other person of color in the movie? Was one of those guys out back?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
They don't have names, so I don't think.
No.
Yeah, so I wrote down the voice actor for Duke because he's talking throughout this whole movie. And I'm fully convinced that the voice actor was told this was a video game because because every time he says something, it's like a character in a video game would say to tell the player what to do. If that makes sense. He's like, well, how do I get inside? I guess I should ring the doorbell. Like that's a line. I'm like fully convinced.
Okay, but he doesn't make the lines though, so that must be like how they wrote it.
Yeah, it's
because
true.
why would the director hear him like just kind of off the hook say that? And because they care, because the voice actors don't get to say like, I'm gonna do like a helpful direction. So what it sounds like is just he's written like a video game like protagonist.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was a really poorly written script.
Yeah, just on all accounts.
Really? I'm not getting that vibe yet. Kind of gas right now.
It's got a lid.
Yeah. Timmy Turner from Fairly Odd Parents.
You know what's gonna be really funny? Because this cuts, it's gonna cut from like whatever our last conversation was to Katie with that hat on.
I hope we're like doing the same thing, but it's just Katie like just hat like. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's funny.
Okay.
It's all for the bit, guys.
Yeah, gotta do it for the bit.
For the
Okay.
fans.
So, where were we?
Sorry.
Uh,
Glad Gabe did not see that.
No, what'd you say? Or do?
No, I'll let you just see it in
don't
the
worry about it. It's for the
edit.
fans.
For the
It's for the fans.
oh, um they so the pony or the I'm sorry, the unicorn. The unicorn like rings the bell and like Sarah opens the door and they see like the horse there. And like Preston sees it. And then we cut to a like a picture montage of them like
Mhm.
with the horse. Kind of like the end credits of Hangover kind of situation. And the tiny uni theme is playing underneath it, which is like the unicorn show that Preston and Sarah both watch. And so we cut back to just like normal. They're all like sitting on a couch basically, and Sarah and Preston they're like, "What should we do with it?" And like, we should take it upstairs. And so Joe and Preston like carry this horse upstairs, and they're struggling with it. They're like trying to get.
I have a statement to make about that, actually.
I think we're on the same page. So go ahead.
Okay. Okay. In the snapshot montage, Preston easily lifts the horse above his head and it's just like just partying with it above his head. And then in this scene, it takes two of them to struggle to carry it up the stairs to Preston's bedroom.
Yeah, it's so inconsistent.
Yeah.
Maybe was
That was
Preston the
just
one carrying it upstairs?
Preston and Joe have to carry it together
I
upstairs
was gonna
because
say because
now
maybe
it's heavy.
Preston's just really strong.
Yeah, no, they're like both struggling with it.
Yeah.
Sarah is like getting all hot and bothered by this horse. She's like thinking about it and talking to Lori um about how she wants to get with this horse. Um
Mhm.
they get it upstairs and they talk about like Joe and Preston talk about the money that Joe still needs, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll get it. I got some 20 sacked wherever." Um, and we cut back to Sarah or not Sarah, Lori and Joe. They're like, Lori's still trying to get with them, and oh, okay.
I'm listening. I'm watching. I'm
Welcome
here.
back, guys, to the Daft Punk reunion.
Welcome back to X-Men Apocalypse, the reunion of Cyclops and
The X-Men movie. The fuck?
Cyclops. I'm doing the Cyclops right now.
Oh, now Katie's just Slender Man.
Oh, Katie is.
I was going for 21 Pilots there actually, but
Oh,
okay.
sorry.
There's one of you.
True. But that's what you think.
The other 20.
For
I saw 21 pilots flew this plane.
Huh?
So we cut back to Lori and Joe, and she's still trying to flirt with him. She's like, "God, your skull is as thick as a deep dish pizza," and he's like, "Our deep dish pizza, which is now $13.99 at like whatever pizza store he works at."
Pete's
Um,
Pizza.
he
he
goes,
does not work there.
"Little Caesar does." Um, and he goes, "Wait, are you hitting on me?" And she's like, "Oh my God, yes, I've been trying to hit on you this whole time." Um, and then we transition or whatever the fuck. And Sarah like goes upstairs, and the pizza guy is like, "You and Preston better not be messing around." And she goes, "Oh, Preston and I won't be messing around. Unicorn's honor." And then goes upstairs. She gets into the room, and she has a clapper for the lights, so she claps and then the lights turn off. And so she like starts like dirty talking this unicorn,
Okay. And this is what I was worried about. Okay.
stripping for it, and she like full like gets completely naked, and like we see titties and all. She
Yep.
said,
Got all of it.
"Why don't you treat my tits like salt licks?" Is the line.
Yeah.
She starts making out with it, and she like gets up onto the bed like doggy style and starts rubbing herself,
What
and
does that even mean?
like
Is that another porn thing?
it's a porn.
Yes, it's a porn thing.
You just gotta stop keeping me out of the loop of this shit.
I'm trying to.
Well,
So
okay.
why don't you put that magical cock in this little mare's pussy?
I thought you were talking to me.
Tristin, get that magical cock over here.
My God. Oh my God. I was shocked. I was appalled.
Video, Katie, to your sex ed video.
Oh my God. I'm genuinely.
You're gonna have to be a couple in.
Oh yes, you two have to be a couple in my documentary. So I'll have you say that. I'll have you repeat
Don't
that
ever
line
say
in the
that to me
documentary.
again. I genuinely, when she said, I'm trying to explain it. And so I thought you were about to explain what doggy style meant. And you said, why don't you put that? And I was like, whoa, what's
So
happening?
yeah, we get and like this is full blown porn. Like this is not.
There's a full.
She starts fucking this like unicorn
Jesus.
thing, like in all positions.
I don't even know what porn is.
Like underwear's coming off. He's spanking her. It's like it's she's riding it.
What
It's
the
gross.
hell?
It gets
They do all that stuff?
it gets pretty graphic.
Who does that?
Mhm.
And at the end, he's like, "Who needs fan fiction when you have the real thing?" And we get the same scene from Lamageddon with the POV hooves, and he kills Sarah.
I was gonna
After
say.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
I was just surprised after all the heinous things they did together, that meant nothing to him, and he just
Well, no, it wasn't that it meant nothing to him. By the end of it, she's like crying on her back. She's like, I can't believe you made me do that.
He's like,
And
"You
it goes in,
words."
yeah, and it tiptoes the line into the R word. So I won't even get into that. But anyways, once he has a meltdown and then just kills her because she's ungrateful apparently. So
The French.
he's like, I made your dreams come true, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
I made your dreams come true. That was
Yeah.
her dream.
All in notes, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for those who understood that.
Yeah, are you talking to Luna off screen? What was that?
I burped.
I know. I just wanted to make you admit it.
I don't even know where Luna is, to be honest.
Luna.
I have headphones on. She can't hear you.
No, still here. Let's watch her come by. Luna.
So the French couple starts like making out like in front of the door to the bedroom that
My God.
in, and it's like bad, like so much tongue.
It's all tongue.
Oh, like French kissing.
bad. And then he like opens the door for them to go in, and then of course the unicorn's there, and he stabs the brother, and then he like tears out a bit of the sister's.
Forgot they're related.
Do what?
I forgot they're related, and that really hit me again.
There's like
That's fine. They're dying.
so the effect of like the sister's neck being ripped out was kind of cool. Didn't really skin tone light match, but it was not bad. Well, I guess the unicorn's out of the bag.
That's the dumbest.
Pretty bad. Okay, so the person like runs down the stairs, and the unicorn. He's like, "The unicorn's alive. It's a vampire." And then the pizza guy like blows up. He's like, "My dad left. My mom's on drugs. My best friend has cancer. My uncle's a pedophile." And then Preston gets stabbed.
My dog. His best friend is his dog, by the way.
Oh,
Let's clear that up. It was his dog the entire time that he was complaining about.
His dog has cancer. Um,
Mhm.
so Preston gets stabbed with an arrow. We see that Duke has a bow and arrow. I don't know how he's shooting it, but he has one. Um, he's like, please remain seated while the murder is in motion. And the guy, he like shoots all the non-existent characters, like the ones that are just there but have not said anything. And then one of the guys like punches the arrow away somehow. And Tristin, why are you looking like that?
What do you mean I'm listening?
Sorry, we like made direct eye contact. Sorry.
We made eye contact?
Well, I made eye contact with you, and I don't know. It was a
I can't even see the screen if I do this because my screen's down here, but my camera's up here.
oh, I see. That's what threw me off because you were looking at your camera.
Yeah, I know. I was fully just eyeing it. Continue.
So, and then he punches the arrow away, and then he like kills him still, and then another serial killer who we just now meet, is like, I've been stalking this house, and this is my house. He's like talking to the horse. Then the horse kills him, like with an axe to the head. We finally get the meetup between Duke and Larry. He gives a monologue on how like all the kids use him and whatever the fuck. And then Joe hits him with like a pan. And they run out to a car. So this is Joe, Lori, and Larry that are running out to this car. And they like argue in the car or whatever the fuck. She like walks up to the horse and pepper sprays him, and somehow it works. He's like, I wonder which one of us can work a pole better. And then she pepper sprays him, and he just falls over. And then Joe's like, man, I can't believe that worked. They get to the house and lock all the doors and stuff. And then this is where we get the drug out scene of Joe telling her to call 911. Does anyone else want to pitch in here or?
I don't know what's happening. I'm learning about the movie. I'm not talking it.
Hello, Katie, are you there?
No.
Katie and I were just staring at the lenses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so she can't make the calls because her mom blocked her phone because she was in a porn video.
Was
So
that what it was?
yeah, I think,
I
or
didn't clock that.
yeah, she was like, I was in a porn video once. She's like, it was just four guys. Four
Lucky
Four
numbers.
big guys. Sorry.
Yeah, she's like, I can't make calls. And this scene goes on for so long. And then all of a sudden, Cowboy Cool comes up and like creeps up from the background. And Joe just screams, what the fuck? It is, I laughed so hard during this part. It's so goddamn funny. Because he's just like creeping up. He was, what the fuck is happening? Anyway, that was a good bit. I'm getting a lot of audience reaction here. What do you?
Sorry.
I'm just. You guys said we gotta go fast. I'm not talking. I'm not.
Okay, yeah, we got to go fast like Sonic. He explains the brief history of Unicorn and explains that he's like hell bent on killing the kid because he just snapped or whatever the hell. He's like, make sure all the doors are locked, and so the horse rings the doorbell, and of course Larry's like, it's the pizza guy. And so he goes to open the door, and I'm like, first of all, the pizza guy is already there. You're
I was gonna say, is he in the house?
established that the pizza guy is already here. And I'm like, bruh. And so the horse knocks down the door and knocks down Joe and starts cutting his face with a pizza cutter. And he's like, I'm gonna cut you a slice, pause, on your face. Pause,
That's bad.
like a pizza. And like Joe just on the ground screaming, and like as like we just get like a elongated shot of this pizza cutter cutting his face. And he's like, this is taking so long. What the fuck? And so we cut away. Woody or Cowboy Cool. I'm sorry. Again, this is just a man in like a mascot uniform, like with a big mascot head and everything.
What?
Yeah. So
Damn.
around the house with a gun, supposedly the only gun that can kill Duke. And he like walks by this curtain that's like not covering like Duke is hidden behind a curtain, but it's not covering him at all, and Cowboy just walks by him, and I'm like,
Well,
fuck.
it was a whole bit because he walked by Duke hidden as a lamp,
Oh yeah,
and it was a whole bit.
I like
So,
I like thinking he couldn't see him because of the head. Anyway, um, so Lori and Larry they lock themselves in this closet, and then somehow Duke can unlock it and open it. Um,
That's just horse magic.
mind you, he has hooves, so he can't like just open things. And then she starts hitting with a hanger, and he's like, "Wow, this hurts a lot more than you would think." Um, and she
So
starts
stupid.
picking her phone again. She's like, "Hashtag killer party, hashtag unicorn, hashtag CarousHELL." Bum bum bum.
No one's gonna think of that. Like,
He did, and that's the title of the movie. Uh, so they're outside, when all of this takes place, and so all of a sudden, Duke can shoot lasers from his eyes now.
they
Uh,
all can.
came into play before.
yeah, we went full Armageddon at this point.
Unicorns can have always been able to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, never thought about that. He like fries her, and she like burns like her whole body, and just like starts deteriorating and burns. It's a pretty cool effect. I will admit, it's the best effect I think in the movie.
Oh,
Or like, where's like she like starts burning. There's like fluid coming out of her like eye socket and stuff. It's pretty cool. Pretty dope effect.
damn.
Falls down, and like her body like turns to ceramic, I guess, and like breaks, kind of the like a circus ride, ceramic horse or whatever. Pretty cool. Probably the best part of the movie, even though it lasts like 10 seconds. He tells right. He tells Larry how he's gonna kill him, and and Larry's just like, "I'm sorry, I didn't know you were alive." Which his sister just died right in front of him. So like he's has not processed that at all, and
He's
just
like relatively calm.
yeah,
Even by the end of it, he doesn't even seem to care or process it in the slightest.
it just kind of moves past it like nothing happened. Um, Cowboy Cool comes back. He's not dead. Oh, did we
He's not dead, he's alive.
even? I think I missed that part.
I think you did.
Stabs him with a axe early
Oh,
in the
okay.
living room scene. I
I was gonna say, I was like, he's back? I was like, where did he leave?
got axed, but now he's back, and he's like, "Don't worry, son," and he shoots the horse.
That's his dad?
No, just like he's like a sheriff, so like
Oh,
son. And he like, shoots the uh unicorn, and like rainbow stuff starts pouring out of its head, and the kid was like, so Cowboy Cool, like he like falls over because he's been stabbed in the back or whatever. And the kid's like, "That was so cool." He's like, "How do you think I got this name?" And we're like, "Oh, all right, that's the
no.
Cowboy Cool." Um, and the Larry's like, "Let's go." And he's like, "I need to ride out sunset now. You need to go on home." And the kid's just like, "But my home's a mile away. I have to walk." I just also noticed that Larry is wearing this like cat space shirt. I think I mentioned that earlier, but going back to the cats, man.
Big cat guy.
And we cut away. So we cut to Larry limping home in the daytime. He's like limping along this street. See a car pull up, or car in the background starts driving up. And of course, we think that it's going to stop to get Larry. No, it runs him over. And we find out that Duke is driving the car.
Hmm.
Not dead. He said, "Let this be a lesson. Don't be an asshole to things, because you never know what object can be a homicidal maniac."
Really putting the message out there.
Mhm.
It's like who?
Really teaching the kids.
Yeah.
He's like, "What that bitch say? Who else is gonna ride the CarousHELL?" And just evil laughs, and we've reached
Into the sunset.
into the sunset, and we've reached the end of this film.
Jesus Christ. That shit was gas.
Vampire Hunter.
One could say it was a ride.
Oh,
Yeah, because the Katie, would you recommend this movie?
because 21 Pilots.
Oh,
Taking my time
Yes,
on
because
my
of 21 Pilots.
copyright.
Would I recommend this movie? Maybe. I'm gonna give that a solid maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. I I had fun with it. I liked it. There was some like we talked about, there was some pretty interesting special effects, prosthetics that I liked being practical. I thought it was pretty interesting. And it's just kind of like it's just kind of like a dumb movie that you would watch like to kind of something to put on the background when you have a bunch of friends over and you just need something on the TV to like laugh at. Um I wouldn't seriously recommend it as a good movie. I would recommend it as a fun, terrible movie.
fair.
I just thought of a really good idea.
Uh,
We should be every episode, we should be getting an average score and we rank it, or you guys at least rank it. And
Mm.
we keep a list of all the movies we ranked or like reviewed. And then if a movie is like the worst, then it becomes the bottom of the barrel. And that's like our current like bottom of the barrel. The scale can be 1 to 5, 5 being
I like it.
Velocipaster, and then like 1 being whatever the fuck that was a few weeks ago.
we did so the original version of the podcast, our first episode was about Velocipaster, but I think we could do a re-review of it.
True. Now that's what
Okay,
I've seen.
so we wanted
Oh, you have seen
I have seen it. It's gas.
it? Have you not seen it?
I've not seen it.
Hey, I'm switching to the driver's seat, baby.
I like this idea. Do we want to make a scale real fast, like a 1 to 5 scale?
I think we can probably wait since we don't have too much time today, and I still have a lot of
That's
bits
fine.
I have to do.
Yeah.
I did spend the first 30
We'll
minutes.
include it. We'll
writing-
include it in the next episode, and we'll
Okay.
talk about all the previous movies that we've
Yeah,
watched.
we'll have more time, but I think that we should
Yeah.
make the scale in between then and now, and then we can review. We can go through and then like list, and then we can also
Yep.
also be fun to have a track of how many movies we've reviewed.
Yeah.
It's like getting close to number 10, right?
Announcement.
This is probably number 7.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, I think it is. As like, are we talking about like of all time or the ones that we've talked about?
Just
We've talked about
the whole.
what is
Oh,
all
okay.
time, just including Velocipaster, or
Including the other group.
oh yeah, I was including the other group because this will be a
Everything
list
published
for
by Bottom of the Barrel.
yeah.
Of the other group, we finally have another member, and we'll be releasing episodes with them as well. So we'll
Nice.
we're alternating.
It's me.
It's a me,
Is it who I think it is?
probably.
Did we have a conversation about this last night with them?
Oh yeah, you were there, weren't you?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. But yeah,
Oh. Oh wow, that's so my competition is my best friend.
but yeah, our best friend.
My best friend. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're not. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Just kidding.
Katie's my best friend. So
Katie's my best friend. Excuse me.
I've known her for 8 months. So
I've who?
Yeah.
Would I recommend? Oh, do we have reviews?
That's what I was looking for real fast.
No one's
Let's see.
reviewed it.
I probably would recommend this movie.
Really?
On like the kind of state of mind. It's fun. It can be fun. It's definitely not the thing we've ever reviewed. If you're looking for a quick porn scene, you don't want to go to look it up.
Oh, true. I'm gonna watch this. I need to learn what that is.
Yeah, do some research and see what you're into. And I would definitely watch this if you're into that.
Do you guys want to do an episode on whatever this porn thing is? Because it might help me. If you guys can tell me about it in depth, then that could help.
Meeting will end in 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes, and then
Kind of
might as well.
Leave here pretty soon.
I
I know, because Tristin, you still need to do your
I got a lot of bits. I've got one segment. But
or
I might watch this movie to get to that part. It was really hard to listen to for the first half, I won't lie. I will say I was also working on something, so multitasking I'm terrible at. I'm like a squirrel. My brain can't do two things. But it really wasn't clicking with me. The second half seemed like it picked up a little bit. But honestly, I'm surprised you guys are somewhat fond of this. It sounded like it would not be up there on the.
Like right before we started this episode.
Huh? Oh yeah, you did. Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow, that's weird. That's probably the first time that's happened, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I might watch it. I don't know if it's going to be high on the list of things I'll watch. There's probably other ones I'll watch first. But if you don't have reviews, Katie, I think we can get to the most important part of this episode.
I have a couple reviews, but they're not really impressive. It's kind of all saying the same things that we've talked about. So
Yeah.
I say let's go ahead and get into your bits. I want to hear them.
Okay. It's actually not the usual one. This time it's just I have 10 minutes of dialogue of me just talking about like compliments about myself. I hope that's okay.
Okay, you have 8 minutes actually, so get to
Oh,
it.
true. Okay, I'm kidding. Really terrible idea or terribly real. Episode 3, segment 3, whatever. I've got 2 movies again here, bangers, and so give me a 1 or a 2.
We
Katie.
did 1 last time. Let's do 2 this time.
Pretty sure you did 2 last time, but we'll do 2 anyway.
Oh,
So
we
I'm
can
gonna
do
give
1.
you.
Sorry, we can do 1.
Fine. I'm gonna describe a movie. I'm gonna give the summary and some info about it. And you have to tell me whether or not you think it is a real movie or a terrible idea. And then I have a set of information about the movie that you can ask and get a few little hints. All right, movie 1. A kind Canadian soldier is given the opportunity to become his country's strongest and sweetest soldier. The title, General Canada, Soldiers of Syrup. It is okay. What else do I give you? I give you the tagline too, which is "Kill them with kindness and syrup." And then the what else do I give you? The title? I'll give you the director. I feel like that's a necessary one. Directed by George Mikan. And then I will say what other options you have, and you can each get a few. But you can pick from the budget, box office, who's it produced by, genre, year released, runtime, rating, score on IMDb, and cast.
I immediately thought of that Kelly whenever he said General Canada.
You immediately thought of who?
That Kelly. Never heard that movie?
No. I think this is supposed to be a like kind of Captain America ripoff.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think my first criteria I would like to ask about is genre.
Genre is it's listed as action, comedy, and parody.
I feel like for me the syrup kind of throws it off. Is this a Canadian film?
It's like General Canada. I don't know if they're from Canada.
Was it made in Canada?
I don't know. I can look up if the guy's Canadian, but
I unfortunately think this is a real movie. I'm gonna go and put my answer in. I think it's a real
already.
one.
You don't want any other info?
Yeah, I'm pretty sad that it's a real movie.
Okay. What about you, Gabe? You want some more info? You get like three more questions without some info.
You get a cast?
Cast. Some real stunners in this one. You got Baron Rogers, Mark Campbell, Stacey Fellows, John Clark, and George Mikan.
Yeah.
A little director.
I hear. Yeah, I won't say it's fake.
You think it's fake? Any other info? You guys are just going in already?
I think we're good.
Okay. This movie, General Canada, Soldiers of Syrup, is completely false. It is fabricated. I made that up. I made that up because I was looking at a Canadian flag that I have next to my desk.
I heard.
And
George Michael.
George Mikan.
Yeah. I assume it was a parody of George Michael.
Nope, it's a real person. George Mikan was actually a Hall of Fame basketball player back in the like 1950s, 1970s. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes I like to just throw basketball player names. All right, next one. We got 4 minutes. Oh, clear, easy. Movie 2. An unexpected player joins the school basketball team. Funny topic we're just on.
Air Bud. It's Air Bud. Immediately.
The Water
Air Bud.
Boys. the water boy's 2-year-old baby brother, who surprisingly has some exceptional skills on the court.
This
Tagline
sounds like 12-12 mixed with Airbud.
before he could walk, he could ball. Title is Baby Baller, is fully the title. Directed by Charles Martin Smith. Would you like to get some info? Budget, box office, production, genre, year release, runtime, MPAA rating, IMDb score, cast. What do you want?
On a budget.
You want a budget? Funny enough, this is a budget of $2 million.
I want it to be true.
I think this is true. I think this is real.
True. No, and Katie will go on with hardly any info every time. What, to be fair, no.
Get 3 minutes.
Oh, we got time. Any other info you guys want?
No.
No? Wow. Okay, bold. So you both say true?
Mm.
This is also completely false. I made this one up, and I actually took a lot of the information from Airbud and changed it from a dog to a baby. I literally,
Hell
the director, Charles Martin Smith, directed Airbud. The budget of Airbud, $3 million. I changed it one number. Production, Keystone, like Disney and like Weinstein, but genre, family comedy, hour and 38 minutes. Yeah, I took most of this from Airbud because I thought it'd be really, I tried to mix the idea of Baby Geniuses and Airbud, and I thought that'd be a banging movie. So,
your baby.
Baby Baller, I think is. My other one was Baller Toddlers, but I went to just one. And that was a whole team of baby toddlers that balled, and then I thought, let's go back to just one.
Hearing the tagline before he could walk, he
could ball.
I 100% knew like came up with, but I wanted it to be real.
I'm honestly just really impressed that you make all these up, because these are like fleshed out, like like taglines and
I make these up. All of this we started recording this episode. I went, fuck, I didn't do the segment. I wrote all of this during recording.
I'm impressed.
In the first 3 minutes, I'm a little out of it because I'm writing all of this. And yeah, because I had none, so I was like, I'm just gonna do 2 fakes and I'm gonna fucking throw out some parody films.
Yeah, it worked really well.
Thanks. I'm glad to know my fake movie writing skills came in handy.
I appreciate it.
Well, everyone say good luck at work, Katie.
Thanks. I'm gonna try not to die, and then try not to fall asleep at the wheel while driving home to my dad's after work. So
please don't do that. Just text me.
Don't do that.
All right. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Bottom of the Barrel. Shoot us an email if you have any inquiries or any movies we could review.
Send me a letter.
Send Tristin a letter.
Send us some suggestions of like movies you want us to watch,
or fake ones for me.
Yeah. Bottom of the Barrel pod @gmail.com. 2 L's as usual.
Because 2 L's, we make a W, baby. We winning.
Sorry for the lack of posting. Everyone's schedules has been so hectic. So
thanks for being understanding, guys. I appreciate it.
Our next episode will be with our other group, with our new member. So look forward to that. And I guess we'll see you guys I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Bye.